Welcome everybody. My name is Peter. Today I will be doing a video of me loading my 9-car hauler. This is a model CX09 LS3. I believe it's a easy load truck package, if I'm not mistaken. So we're gonna be here loading. This is a good set of cars. It's about 8 cars. They're all SUVs. They're all big. And I'm gonna try to give you my best thought process on how to load all of these cars. I've been doing this for quite a while, so I'm hoping that I can give you guys a piece of what this job is like. And I'm gonna go ahead and cut through this video. I'm gonna be setting up the trailer to get loaded, and then I'm gonna turn back the video, turn on the video again, so then you can see what I'm doing. Then I'm not gonna show you the boring parts, obviously. And let me double check if this is what model this is, what model number this is. Yeah, it's a CX09 LS3. Okay, so I had it correctly the first time. Okay, welcome back everybody. I have already prepared my trailer. Just for the record, I also wanted to say that this is 2016 Peterbilt 389. You know, nothing special. I mean, this is a nice truck, don't get me wrong. I just mean nothing special, as in this is what I normally work with. So I have prepared the trailer already, and we are ready to start loading. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that pretty much. Just for the record, we have 8 SUVs. So with these 8 SUVs, I'm loading it a certain way that I'm already accustomed to loading. I'm gonna put 3 SUVs on the tractor, and since I have 2 giants, well, I have that giant Explorer and I also have a van over there, and I am planning on putting those on top of the trailer by themselves, so that way I have plenty of room on the tractor. When I put these 3 tall SUVs, I can move them all the way back, especially the one on the cab, and I'll explain that later after I load everything. I'll show you what I mean. I'm gonna do a walk around of the truck and pretty much show you what I'm talking about and why I did it this way. But in terms of this, I'm going to when I'm loading this one on the back rack, since this is a pretty wide SUV, it's not as wide as they could get even wider than this, but this one's just a normal size SUV. I always leave 1 hole roughly in the back there, and that usually is roughly the same amount on the other side. It's pretty even in the middle when I do it this way. Almost 4 dots in the front. I always put it in park and put on the e-brake, of course, close all the windows. Just normal things that everybody does with these car haulers. Nothing special, once again. I'm gonna go ahead and strap this. Since we're already up here. Next level. Just do a hand tight as much as you can. Next level. As you can see, this one's actually a little bit wider than I expected, so I could have moved it over a little bit more actually than just 1 hole, but it's okay. Doesn't make a difference too much. I'm here, still on, still pretty much in the middle. This won't affect it at all. A little bit smaller SUV would be like about 1 hole. This one seems to be a little bit wider. It's a BMW X5. Okay. Now to tighten, I usually lean over. I always keep my hand on something to secure myself. I sometimes go back and retighten everything even more, but I'm just trying to do this in a normal fashion to see how long it takes me to load all 8 vehicles. I'm gonna see later on camera how long it took me. Now, something important. I'm gonna be putting another X5 on this. Since I have only 8 SUVs, or 8 vehicles instead of 9, I do not have to have 3 of them on top of this trailer. Therefore, I can move this trailer on top, all those slides over there, I can move them all the way as close, you know, pretty much close them, and I can have this vehicle away from the front, which means there's gonna be a lot of clearance in between the tractor and the trailer here, which means, long story short, I'm gonna put the SUV that's on the back of the cab as far back as I possibly can. The reason for that is so that the height is lower, of course, when I put another SUV underneath, which, you know, if the SUVs are too big, you cannot put them behind the cab like that. But since we only have 8 vehicles, it makes it a little bit easier. So that's what I'm shooting for here. Again, one hand out the window like a gangster, you know. This gangster lean up inside the window. Gonna have it almost to the edge here. Got one hole. See how I just barely got on the trailer. I'm gonna back up the front tire just so it's right on the edge there, so I can still slide that slide back and forth, and that's what I'm aiming for. Okay, it should be good. Put it in park. Make sure all the windows are closed. And that's it. I'm not gonna strap this tire down yet. Well, I'm gonna hook it in, but I'm not gonna strap it down yet because these slides, I'm gonna be moving those slides to accommodate the car underneath. So before I tighten these straps, I am going to move that slide out first. That's gonna be priority number 1. go underneath. Okay, so here is another relatively important dilemma that I usually come across guys doing a little bit differently. The way I load the car here when I'm by myself, that makes it easier. I pull it on backwards instead of having it stop here and then moving the slide back, because usually if you put the car, the front wheels where they should be, you can't open the doors. You have to climb out the window and do all these acrobatics. So instead, I just pull it all the way back as far as I could go, and I'm already, you know, accustomed to where it should be going. But you got to be careful, of course, from the back. For guys that don't, you know, that are beginners, I'd put like some soft bumpers on the back of your cab, so just in case you get too close, it'll protect it a little bit more. But regardless, I bring it all the way back. I strap the rear tires down so it secures the vehicle. Then I move this slide back. I'm not sure if that's how it was designed to happen, but it's just the way I do it. I found it easiest to do it that way, and I will continue to do so. Now, as you can see, small SUV. No roof rack makes it a little bit better for the height. I'd say the biggest SUVs you could probably put are two of these Muranos on top of each other. That's probably the biggest ones you could put with the roof racks, of course. These don't have roof racks, but the ones with the roof racks are probably the tallest ones you could put, and you'll probably still be around 1310 for height, you know? I mean, of course, you could put bigger SUVs. I'm not saying you can't, but I usually don't like to go anywhere over 13, 11, or 14. Like, that's dangerous. Then experience really comes into play, you know? You got to know where you're going to be. If you're going to be in Texas transporting, in Texas, you're perfectly fine at 14. Anywhere else typically is not good at that height. So just keep that in mind. Guys that aren't experienced, I wouldn't recommend driving at anything over at 1310, you know, 13.8, something like this. Just gotta be careful. Talk to your boss. You know, typically a good boss usually has some experience doing this kind of stuff. So my boss is my buddy, who owns this truck, of course. This is his company. Has done it. He's been on the road for pretty much as long as I've been right now. And so he knows the job, you know? He wouldn't give me a load that doesn't make sense. As you can see, I have it pretty close. I can probably move it a little bit closer to the back. Just a little bit, won't hurt nobody. That's about it. Now strap the back tires, of course, and then move the slide all the way back. Strap these real tight. You don't want the vehicle moving when you're moving the slide back. Send it all the way back. I knew I'm a really good singer, you know. That was actually my first job, was just to be a singer, and I was gonna go on America's Got Talent and stuff, and then I decided, you know, I just like trucks more, so I just decided I'm gonna drive trucks instead, and here I am. It's crazy. do we have here? As you can see, I'm moving that slide up now because we already loaded the top deck, so I'm just gonna go ahead and slide that into where it typically is gonna sit after I load the bottom set of cars. Different lengths of cars vary, of course. I'm just gonna do it that way because it's the easiest. Now, you wanna go with the highest front end vehicle that you could put possibly up there because, well, actually I don't have to because I have the ramps up, so I could put the smallest vehicle actually, or the shortest, should I say. I'm gonna go ahead and put this Ford up there. Actually, let's see, what should I do? No, I'm gonna do this Murano. Why not? Doesn't really matter, to be honest. But I think this one might be the shortest, and since I have the biggest vehicle up there, up front, and the heaviest, I'll just put the smallest and lightest vehicle, so, you know, it balances out the weight of the trailer. Gotta have balance on the trailer as well, but these designs for the trailers are usually pretty good to go. So I'll explain a little bit more of how these trailers are designed to hold a full set of 9 cars, typically. Almost never have to put those down, that silver ramp and that front piece that's up about, you know, half a foot. You almost have to never put those down unless you're hauling big trucks like 1500s, you know, or 2500 series trucks, just for the record. No vehicles in the middle, so if I have the angle right, it'll save some clearance up top if I put the tallest vehicle in the middle. Always put the middle vehicle on the bottom backwards. That's how the trailer is designed. It's best designed for this way. Best designed for this way. That's too much. Let's see if this is good. Gonna check real quick. There's lots of clearance. I could actually go just a tiny bit backwards if I want. The emergency brake and let it. Need a little bit more than that. That should be good. Okay. See how there's about a half a foot of clearance, maybe a little bit more, like 8 inches of clearance on the bottom. The top part is a lot of clearance, so that's the more important part, is the top part. She should be okay there. I'm gonna go ahead and put this last car up here, just to make my life easier, and then strap them all down. As you can see, plenty of room. Could actually move this in a little bit more if it allows me to. A little bit more won't hurt. I'm actually gonna move this over just a tiny bit. Nah, don't have to, but I'm gonna be a perfectionist. An inch of clearance, and in between or a little bit more than an inch. So that's perfect because we can move this out, and when I tighten everything, it's actually gonna spread it out a little bit, so it's gonna be fine. All right, time to strap these down and get going. I will not videotape me strapping these because there is no point. I will make a outro video for you in a second explaining the positioning of the cars a little bit better. Welcome back, everyone. We are here in sunny Orlando, Florida. Just gonna show you a quick outro of the video of why I positioned these vehicles the way I did. I'm gonna show you in the middle here, after how much clearance I put, what it looks like in the middle. There's plenty of room, and I was able to lower this bottom deck all the way, which is good. Now I'm going to begin bringing these decks down and locking them into place. As you can see, why I can move this vehicle back all the way is because I only have 8 vehicles, and this one has, you know, it could be pushed back quite a bit because there's no vehicle on, there's not 3 vehicles on top of this deck, so that's why there's plenty of room. I'm going to go ahead and bring these down. See how much room I got here. 7 and 7th hole. 7th hole. And I can pretty much top here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, we do 5 down and 7 down. 5 and 7 down. Oh, 5 and 7 down. 6, 7. That's all clear. So you're getting plenty of clearance here. There's about, I would say, 2-3 inches clearance on top over there, and from the hood to the top deck, which is plenty of room in the front especially. I'm definitely legal height, I believe. I will measure it after for you guys and tell you where I'm at. Let me just bring this top deck down. Okay, let's see here. I shouldn't go down any more than that. That is about as far as it needs to go. So this will be on 2. This will be on 2. 2. On this side. One up, 2 down. Typically in the back you want to leave at least a fist worth of room. It is the most bouncy spot on the truck, so you want to be really safe here, because I've done a lot of damages here on accident. 3 should be good, and it's mostly because, and I've done damages with even a fist of room, because sometimes you just hit these bad bumps in a lot of places, and the rear gets the mostly all the beating from it. To assume that's where I am on that side. Can't see the dot. Let's see. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 down. 8 down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm good. Should be good to go. Okay. Looks like we are all set to go here. Now, typically, if you have 9 cars, you put 2 backwards up here and 1 forward. Okay, that's the way you're supposed to load this. As you can see, that's the lowest side of the trailer is right here, which is why you would put them backwards, because the ass end of each vehicle is the highest point. So you put 2 backwards, 1 forward, and then forwards, backwards, forwards, obviously. And this one has only 8 vehicles, so of course, once again, I have this vehicle pushed all the way back because I can, because I have no problem with clearance here because of this being only 8 vehicles. Large, but 8 vehicles. Now I'm gonna go back and check the height, and I will let you guys know what the height is on a description or link somewhere right here. And thank you very much for sticking with me. Hopefully you guys like this video. Please subscribe and like it. I will try to make more videos as I come with different types of loads, like probably like when I'm loading trucks. It's probably the only other video I have to do, unless of course I get a different truck, you know, a different style truck, and then I'll make another video for that specific truck. But in the description I will make sure I leave what kind of truck this is and what type of trailer or model number this is. This should be an easy load truck package for Cotrell, you know, and this is a 389 2016 389 Peterbilt. How you doing, everybody? Just wanted to make a quick update on this load that you just watched me put on the truck. I made a few mistakes. I know I'm gonna get shit for it from my friends and whatnot. and the way I loaded it, and why did I do this, why did I do that. All of my car hauling guys, I know that I made a few mistakes, but give me a break. This is my first time videotaping this. I'm gonna be trying to make more videos, so I was more focused on the actual video making and thinking about how I'm gonna make this video, and instead of, you know, actually focusing on the load. I made it work. I was kind of over height, but I made it work. I will throw up a picture on how it is loaded currently and how I should have loaded it. And believe me, I thought about this, and it's a very simple mistake. You know, it's not a big deal, but I made it work. I would recommend doing it a different way, of course, if you're a beginner, because I have experience on the roads, so I know where I could drive and where I can't with the height that I'm at right now, you know? And that's just based off of experience. I mean, I've been doing this for quite a while. So anyway, long story short, I'm gonna put up the picture, and then I'm gonna explain to you how I loaded it and how I should have done it differently to make my height a lot better, you know? And here's that picture. Welcome back, everyone. I just wanted to do a quick update on when I did a height check. I checked the height for all the vehicles. Everything is 13.6 or below, except for this vehicle. This Explorer is a little bit taller than I expected. Typically, next time, you know, what I'm gonna do different. And this is all a learning process, but I should know this by now, but I wasn't paying attention because I was more focused on making the video. This Explorer should be backwards, so the lower ass end is, you know, on the lower piece of this trailer. Not a big deal. I'm pretty sure I can just move it up, and it should lower it about 3 inches, and then, you know, if I have to, I'll strap the back end down, and that should bring it down another inch or two, and then I'll be legal height again. But it is about 14.3 as I measured it at the top roof rack. So just wanted to make that quick update. I'm gonna go ahead and fix this right now, and that's just for you guys to know. Even I make mistakes after a couple 100,000 miles, probably 300,000+ miles, and moving thousands of cars. Things like this happen, you know. Of course, I was focused on making the video, but that doesn't matter. Yep, and that's about it. It's okay to make mistakes, people. Just learn from them.